an object from outside our solar system split in two perfectly. One side disappeared, and now the other side is sending signals straight towards Earth. This unprecedented event occurred just 11 hours ago with the interstellar object designated 3I Atlas, marking what scientists are calling one of the most mysterious and potentially significant discoveries in the history of astronomical observation. The splitting wasn't an explosion or fragmentation, like typical celestial events. Instead, 3I Atlas separated cleanly along a single precise line, dividing into two perfectly equal halves that scientists labeled Object A and Object B for tracking purposes. No debris field formed, no scattering occurred, no fragments drifted away. The separation appeared controlled and calculated, following what looked like a pre-programmed blueprint rather than any known natural process that governs celestial mechanics. Data from observatories in Chile, Hawaii, and the European Space Network all confirmed the same observation with remarkable consistency. The precision of this split defied every model of how solid objects behave in space. After the split, both halves initially maintained stable, parallel orbits, moving in perfect synchronization. Then, Object B executed something impossible according to classical mechanics and every law of physics currently understood. It made a perfect right-angle turn without any orbital curvature or deceleration, accelerated to velocities far beyond known physical limits, and vanished completely from all detection systems within milliseconds. NASA's deep space arrays lost all tracking immediately. The European Space Agency confirmed identical results through their independent monitoring systems. Military satellites equipped with high-class signal analysis capabilities recorded the same phenomenon across multiple spectrums. An object miles in diameter, moving faster than any known natural body, simply disappeared from the universe as if it had never existed. No reflections remained in any wavelength. No after-effects lingered in the gravitational field. No light scattering or gravitational fluctuations could be detected by even the most sensitive instruments. This disappearance defied explanation through any natural phenomenon known to science. Modern observatories can track basketball-sized objects from thousands of miles away with pinpoint accuracy. They can observe galaxies being born more than 13 billion years ago and detect the faintest whispers of radiation from the edge of the observable universe. Yet humanity lost a mountain-sized object instantaneously without a trace. The data showed absolutely nothing, as if that portion had been erased from existence entirely, removed from the fabric of space-time itself. Some scientists suggested Object B hadn't actually disappeared, but had hidden itself through advanced technology beyond human comprehension. Theories included light-bending technology that could render objects invisible across all electromagnetic spectrums, gravitational manipulation that could warp space around the object, or even teleportation to another dimension entirely. These theories sounded like science fiction, concepts from theoretical physics papers rather than observable reality. But the observational data left no other possibilities to consider. If Object B could hide completely from all human observation technology, from optical telescopes to radio arrays to gravitational wave detectors, then it remained out there somewhere, silent and possibly watching. The story of 3I Atlas began 48 hours before this separation event, when everything still appeared to follow the predictable laws of celestial mechanics. The object traveled on a perfectly stable orbit through the outer solar system, obeying every known law of physics without deviation. International observatories from multiple continents tracked its trajectory down to the millisecond, coordinating their observations through global networks. They detected no unusual fluctuations in velocity, no changes in orientation, no unexpected gravitational deflections from its predicted path. Everything appeared normal for an interstellar visitor until the object began exhibiting impossible behavior that would challenge fundamental understanding of physics. Without warning, without signal interference, without any detectable external influence, Atlas started accelerating at rates far exceeding any known values in celestial mechanics. The acceleration broke all current inertia equations used in astrophysics, violating conservation laws that form the foundation of physics. Normally, when celestial bodies like comets or asteroids move away from the Sun, gravitational pull weakens and causes predictable deceleration according to inverse square law. Atlas demonstrated exactly opposite behavior, defying these fundamental principles. The further it moved from the solar system's center, from the Sun's gravitational well, the more it accelerated. Telescopes in Chile, operating in the clear skies of the Atacama Desert, joined observations from Hawaii's mountain observatories and the European Space Observatories network. They measured this acceleration increasing exponentially over short time periods with almost zero statistical uncertainty. The data was unambiguous and reproducible across multiple independent systems. No signs of reactive propulsion appeared anywhere on the object. No ionized gas streaks that would indicate conventional thrust. No plasma tails suggesting material ejection. No spectral fluctuations that would indicate chemical reactions or phase changes. Atlas accelerated in absolute silence without any detectable propulsion mechanism, as if being pulled by invisible forces or pushed by technology operating on unknown principles. Astrophysicists at Harvard, the California Institute of Technology, and the European Space Physics Center immediately began comprehensive analysis. Teams worked around the KTC clock, running supercomputer simulations of every conceivable possibility. They modeled gravitational influence from giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn, calculating precise orbital perturbations. They considered effects of interplanetary magnetic fields that permeate the solar system. They analyzed solar wind pressure and radiation effects. They even explored hypotheses about escaping gas from hollow internal structures that might create thrust through sublimation. All models, regardless of initial assumptions or parameters, reached the same disturbing conclusion. No suitable natural explanation existed for this acceleration pattern. 36 hours before the split, observatories worldwide monitoring 3I Atlas simultaneously recorded another unprecedented phenomenon that would add to the growing mystery. From the object's core, steady streams of energy pulses emerged with clockwork regularity. These weren't random explosions caused by outgassing or ordinary natural radiation from radioactive decay. The pulses repeated perfectly every 11 minutes, calculated to nanosecond accuracy across multiple detection systems. The precision exceeded anything observed in nature. To understand the significance, consider that neutron pulsars, the collapsed cores of massive stars, are considered the universe's most stable rotating objects. They spin with such regularity that they serve as cosmic clocks. Yet even pulsars always show microscopic fluctuations over time due to stellar winds, gravitational waves, and quantum effects. Atlas was different. Its signal maintained absolute precision like a giant machine's heartbeat, reverberating through endless space, unwavering and mechanical in its perfection. The pulse pattern followed a repeating cycle with clear mathematical structure resembling coded signals. The intervals between pulses, their duration, and their intensity all followed precise mathematical relationships. When research teams compared these patterns with artificial signals created by humans for deep space communication, the similarity in stability and waveform proved striking. The perfection of this pulse sequence exceeded nature's limits, suggesting something beyond random cosmic phenomena. Perhaps the universe itself was responding through this object, or perhaps something was using it to communicate. The scientific community found itself divided into two camps regarding these observations. One group believed this could be a never-before-observed physical phenomenon, possibly a new form of energy reaction, deep within the object's core that humanity had never encountered. The other camp, including experts in quantum energy and remote sensing techniques, argued that this level of precision regulation could only be the product of intelligence, not random nature. The debate intensified as more data arrived, but no natural explanation could account for the observations. 18 hours before separation, 3I Atlas began changing shape under constant surveillance from observatories spanning South America to Asia. The transformation started subtly, with just slight shifts in light curvature detected by adaptive optics systems. Astronomers noticed faint spectral contour elongation in their measurements. Initially, many dismissed these as atmospheric distortions or instrumental artifacts, but the changes persisted and grew more pronounced. After 2 hours of continuous observation, the transformation became undeniable to even the most skeptical observers. The object gradually transformed from spherical to cylindrical, maintaining perfect symmetry throughout the process. The transformation wasn't chaotic or violent, but smooth and controlled. Within 2 hours, a mass thousands of feet in diameter had restructured itself completely, changing its fundamental geometry while maintaining structural integrity. No known matter in the universe could sustain such rapid restructuring without catastrophic failure. Rock would shatter under the stress, ice would fracture and sublimate, metal would tear apart from compressive and tensile forces created by such extreme deformation. Classical mechanics, material science, and even relativity theory don't allow solid objects to change shape this dramatically without disintegrating into fragments. Yet Atlas remained intact throughout the transformation. Data from observatories in Chile, Japan, and South Africa, using different instruments and techniques, all confirmed the same impossible observation. Its surface didn't melt into liquid. It didn't crack or show stress fractures. Instead, it changed at precise geometric rates, as if undergoing controlled transformation like a machine preparing for a pre-programmed mission. The surface seemed to flow while remaining solid, reshaping according to invisible blueprints. During this transformation, the regular 11-minute energy pulse sequence that had continued steadily for hours suddenly stopped without warning. All emission signals disappeared simultaneously across every spectrum. No radiation remained. No energy waves could be detected. The object fell into absolute silence, as if someone had thrown a switch. This cessation of signals coincided exactly with the midpoint of the shape transformation, suggesting these phenomena were connected. The object appeared to switch operating modes, transitioning from one state to another with mechanical precision. Over the following hours, its new cylindrical shape stabilized while all instruments went silent. An eerie quiet fell over the entire observation system as data continued streaming in but showed nothing beyond the object's new form. Scientists could only watch and wait. This silence proved to be a premonition, a calm before something unprecedented. 11 hours later, the splitting event would occur that would challenge everything thought possible about solid objects in space. 4 hours after the separation, while observatories worldwide scrambled desperately to locate the missing half, a new anomaly emerged from Object A, the remaining portion still visible to telescopes. It began as a faint whisper in the radio spectrum, so subtle that it initially appeared to be background cosmic noise. Automated systems almost filtered it out as interference. But when teams at radio observatories applied advanced signal processing to clean up the transmission, structured communication emerged from what seemed like static. A repeating pattern of tones rose and fell with mathematical precision that no natural phenomenon could produce. The frequencies formed ratios identical to prime numbers, following sequences that mathematicians recognize as artificial constructs. This matched exactly the type of sequence humanity once sent into deep space on the Voyager Golden Record, hoping to communicate with potential extraterrestrial intelligence. Except this time, humans weren't sending this signal. They were receiving it. For exactly 31 minutes, the transmission continued with perfect consistency and clear purpose. The signal directed itself to every major listening station globally, but only telescopes aimed directly at 3I Atlas received this signal pattern. Observatories pointed elsewhere detected nothing unusual. The transmission showed sophisticated targeting, reaching specific locations on Earth with precision that suggested advanced knowledge of human detection capabilities. The signal wasn't beaming outward into deep space as might be expected from a natural emission or distress beacon. Instead, it beamed inward toward the exact coordinates where Object B had disappeared, almost like a summons or homing signal. The remaining half seemed to be calling out to its vanished twin, sending instructions or perhaps a wake-up call to something that waited in the darkness. The mathematical precision of the signal, its targeted nature, and its timing all suggested intentional communication rather than random emission. Exactly on the last pulse, timed to the nanosecond, all transmissions stopped completely. The silence returned as abruptly as it had broken. But this quiet lasted only minutes before deep space sensors detected something new. Faint but unmistakable gravitational ripples appeared in the data, subtle distortions in space-time itself emanating from an unexpected location. These ripples originated from a point nearly 2 astronomical units closer to Earth than where Object B had vanished. The implications were staggering. Whatever had disappeared wasn't just hiding in place, but actively moving through space while remaining completely invisible to all detection methods. And according to the gravitational signatures, it was moving toward us with purpose. As gravitational readings stabilized over the following hours, calculations showed the missing half of 3I Atlas was hurtling toward Earth on a precisely calculated trajectory. Initially, the trajectory suggested an innocuous flyby along the solar system's outer edge, a near miss that would take the object safely past Earth's orbit. But as measurements continued and more data accumulated, the true nature of its path became clear. The object's speed increased exponentially without any visible means of propulsion. Small orbital adjustments occurred regularly, each one precise and calculated. These adjustments proved far from random. Each velocity vector change was exact, fully in accordance with orbital mechanics laws, optimizing the approach path with mathematical perfection. The object wasn't just moving passively through space, but actively orienting itself through what appeared to be intelligent control from an unknown source. When the James Webb Space Telescope finally locked onto the target using its most advanced adaptive optics systems, the captured images stunned the entire research team. Instead of the rough, cratered surfaces typical of comets or asteroids, with their accumulated impact scars and irregular features, a completely different sight emerged. The surface appeared faintly reflective, smooth as liquid metal, without a single imperfection visible at any resolution. The surface showed perfect symmetry in every dimension, without dust accumulation, without cracks or fissures, without any natural geological features that should appear on any object traveling through space for extended periods. Spectroscopic analysis of the surface revealed composition matching no known materials in the solar system. The molecular signatures didn't correspond to any rock, metal, or ice formations in existing databases. The near-perfect reflectivity suggested purpose-built construction using advanced materials engineering rather than natural accretion. The surface seemed designed to reflect radiation efficiently, possibly for thermal management or stealth purposes. Then an event occurred that should have been impossible according to all known physics. 3I Atlas, traveling at millions of miles per hour through the vacuum of space, began slowing down without any apparent mechanism. The deceleration was smooth and steady, occurring with mathematical precision as the object entered Jupiter's outer orbital region. No reaction thrust appeared on any sensors. No energy was released that could account for the momentum change. No impact signs or gravitational interactions showed in the data. Just perfect deceleration that no physics laws allow without some form of advanced force control technology operating on principles unknown to human science. Object B held position near Jupiter for nearly 6 hours, remaining completely motionless relative to the giant planet without any detectable emissions. It sat in space like a waiting sentinel, silent and dark. Then, at exactly 0300 UTC, synchronized across every atomic clock on Earth, everything changed in an instant. Every major radio telescope on Earth, from the massive Atacama Array in Chile's desert to the very large array spread across New Mexico's plains, detected massive electromagnetic wave bursts of unprecedented intensity. These weren't random noise or natural phenomena, but perfectly focused transmissions synchronized with 3I Atlas's position to the microsecond. The previously silent object suddenly activated, coming alive with energy emissions across the entire electromagnetic spectrum. It emitted pulses at multiple frequencies simultaneously, including gamma rays that could penetrate matter, radio waves that could travel vast distances, and X-rays with their high-energy signatures. All were arranged in patterns too complex and organized for coincidence, showing clear mathematical structure and intentional design. When decoded into spectrometer readings using advanced signal processing, the waveforms contained symmetrical patterns that resembled blueprints or technical diagrams rather than natural emissions. The geometric precision suggested encoded information, possibly instructions or data transmissions using a mathematical language. The pulses weren't just signals broadcasting information, but seemed to carry specific instructions or commands. Most disturbing was the direction of these transmissions. They weren't beaming outward into deep space where other hypothetical civilizations might receive them. Instead, they focused straight toward Earth with laser-like precision, targeting our planet specifically. Within minutes of the transmission reaching Earth's upper atmosphere, several orbiting satellites stopped communicating simultaneously. Some defense systems experienced failures at precisely the moments when pulses hit Earth's ionosphere. The timing was too exact for coincidence. Object B wasn't just sending messages, but potentially activating something already present in Earth's orbit or atmosphere.